Alright, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Audio should be fine now. Yeah, it's fine.
Sweet!
Yeah.
Mic levels are great! Yes!
This is why when you have multiple mics, you just delete one from your chain, because stupid things like that can happen.
It's like confusion!
Ah!
Nobody saw that.
Alright guys, welcome back again. Third time's the charm, okay? Technical issues the first time, stupid issues the second time, no issues this time. How about that? Sound like a plan, Ronnie?
Yes.
Sounds like a plan. Okay. So, welcome back to another stream of Wolfenstein 3D. This is probably my, like, 5th Wolfenstein 3D stream on my channel. But today we're playing the Sega Genesis and 32X homebrew versions, and I'm joined by my friend Ronny Webster.
Hi!
And his friend, Glitched Snake, in the chat.
Mike Crackampora.
Yes, welcome back. Guys, for the third time. I'm burnt out now, I don't even feel like doing this stream anymore. But welcome everybody to another stream. This is a Surprise Friday stream. Probably not going to get a whole lot of people watching. I usually stream late at night on YouTube here. And on Thursday nights. But yeah, we're going to play some Genesis Homebrew Wolfenstein 3D. This is developed by a fellow who goes by Sega 68K. And yeah, this is the latest version of the homebrew, and it's basically the first episode of the game. Apparently he's got all 6 episodes working, but he's probably not going to release the ROM, I'm guessing, probably due to copyright reasons. So we're going to dabble with this first episode here on the Sega Genesis, and then afterwards we're going to play the homebrew created by Chili Willy for the Sega 32X. And so if you look in the thumbnail there, we've actually got side-by-side comparisons of the title screen from both the Genesis and 32X versions. So that sort of gives you an idea of what you can expect here. So, Ronnie, let me finish up here before you start talking to the cat. So, yes, we're going to play some Wolfenstein 3D. Ronnie, why don't you start playing? Because I'm pissed off right now. I blame Knuckles Chaotix.
That damn Chaotix.
That damn Chaotix. Shad, you are not a legend. You are just a normal person who plays video games, actually. Just like many of us here. So welcome to the stream. So yeah, this is the Sega Genesis version of the game, like I said. You have a lot of options, actually. Actually, can you hit start, Ronnie? Does that... Actually, it doesn't... Okay, it does. So you've got, like, sound options. You've got... graphics options. What are the graphics options? Yeah, that's right. We just have filters and stuff like that. In the end, Vector the Crocodile never found his stupid computer room. Yeah, and he crashed on his way there. That's what happened. Okay, so I wonder if, like, in the 32X version, if it's possible to change the screen size, but the Chili Willy version is actually really interesting because you can actually change the screen size on the fly. I wouldn't worry about it, but this default screen size here actually runs, like, really well, actually. And the music sounds a lot like the PC version, actually, running, you know, via an ad-lib sound card. And, but yeah, Wolfenstein 3D, this is actually, both Ronnie and I really, really love the original Wolfenstein 3D on PC. We like playing all the different versions available. And, yeah, it's great. So, hey, Dudley, what's going on, man?
Deadly Groove!
So how's it going, Ronnie? Ronnie's got to experience what it's like having technical difficulties on stream. I think up to this point, he's only really experienced it from the viewer perspective.
Oh, I've had plenty of my own.
Oh, you do? Do you have any noteworthy ones to talk about?
Just being on Wi-Fi and trying to stream on Twitch.
Oh, geez. Yeah, Wi-Fi is no good for streaming.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, it's doable, but it's definitely not ideal. Especially if you're like me, living in an apartment complex where there's a lot of signal saturation, interference and whatnot. So I actually run Ethernet to actually most things in my apartment now. I run Ethernet to my Xbox One.
Can't beat Ethernet.
For like, you know, Netflix and stuff like that. I run Ethernet into my mainstream PC here. And I'm gonna actually be hooking up a Switch in here. Like, not a Nintendo Switch, but a Ethernet switch to run my other game consoles into it, so we don't have... So, you know, so we end up with less technical problems. That's right, Gary. Ethernet hype, man. Yeah, Glitched. A lot can go wrong, man. A lot can go wrong, and a lot's gone wrong these last two streams, so I'm actually kind of flustered right now. We started off great on our first try, then we dropped half of our frames, and YouTube servers were basically taking a dump. Then the second time we had audio issues because of my own dumbass, and then the third time I'm tired of...
It's like, nope.
Yeah,
don't care anymore.
Yeah, apologize, guys, if I sound a little salty right now. And, but yeah, for anyone curious about this, if you have an EverDrive or you want to try this out in, you know, in emulation or something like that, drop it onto your hacked Sega Genesis Classic or Sega Genesis Mini or whatever. You can just do a quick Google search for it. You'll find the ROM pretty easily. You know, it's just using the shareware episode of Wolfenstein 3D, so there's really nothing, like, illegal or anything about it. So people that worry about stuff like that, you know, you don't have to worry about that. Same with the 32X ROM, pretty easy to find, the shareware version. So yeah, we're gonna just dabble with some levels here and there, and just kind of, you know, just casually talk about stuff. But, yeah, I'm actually, you know, this one runs really well. Yeah. And Ronnie's actually playing right now. I guess you would probably say it plays pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels about like 32X Doom.
Mm-hmm. I'd say it's actually more responsive than 32X Doom. Well, 32X Doom plays quite well, if you ask me. But this is actually very snappy, you know. You move around really fast. Oh, and it's got save game support, too.
Nice.
I like that. I did not know that, so... You know, Game Eagle, you're onto something there. You know, it feels like it all started with Rogue Core.
It's a terrible, terrible, terrible game.
This is what I get for paying real money for Contra Rogue Core. You know? I get extreme technical difficulties, and then just a lack of motivation to not just stream, but I think to live. I think Rogue Core hit so deep, I've lost the will to even care about anything anymore. You say the mesh one is your favorite.
It's a little blurry.
Oh, wow, that is blurry, actually. But it actually looks smoother in some ways because you notice the
dithering's definitely...
The dithering isn't as bad. And, I actually kind of like this despite it being blurry. So... Rogue Core caused the coronavirus outbreak. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it runs better than the SNES version. It does, actually, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. I didn't know about that secret. Ronnie knows a lot more Wolfenstein secrets than I do. I don't know a lot, actually. It's probably, oh yeah, that's a good point, Gary. See, we're running this through an upscaler. We're running it through the FrameMeister upscaler with RGB. And I bet this looks really good on a CRT, actually. You know, one of the things about the Sega Genesis is a lot of games use dithering, and so some games don't look as good upscaled because of all the dithering. But you go and you play it on a CRT, and it looks more natural, you know. He is a wise guru of id Software secrets. Yes, he's a guru of id Software knowledge in general. He taught me a lot about Doom stuff. So for those of you guys that don't know, Ronnie joined up with me probably about 4 or 5 years ago for an Atari Jaguar partial playthrough of Doom.
It's our Jaguar, mate.
And so yeah, some of you guys will recognize him from that. Also, he's in my stream chats a lot, so you guys will recognize him there too. So yeah, a couple times a year he comes up here and we play games and we stream and stuff like that. And we go to Starland, which is one of the local video game stores, and yeah, and then so he decided to come up here this weekend and was like, hey, we should stream on YouTube. We haven't done a YouTube thing in a long time, so we were gonna stream on Twitch anyway. And I was like, I don't mind doing a YouTube stream. And then so I got the idea to do these versions of Wolfenstein 3D because I know people want to see them, and we like playing them. We're both big fans of Wolfenstein 3D. One of my personal goals is to try to basically cover every version of my channel eventually, and I've done most of them actually. The only one left to do, I think, is the Jaguar version as a full live stream playthrough. What the fuck is that?
Sounded like patchouli.
Okay, that's my cat. It sounded like something like almost like, I don't know. I think she smacked the ping pong ball around. That's what I was hearing, it bouncing around. No, Jeff. We're gonna get actual real pizza. I'm not getting DiGiorno tonight. Hey, Retro Simon, welcome back, and Game Fiend.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. What gave it away? The distinct flavor of cardboard?
Red is out there.
Hey, Red Dwarf, how are you doing? Jag Wolf is very interesting.
Oh yeah, no, Austin, hey, welcome back, man. Yeah, I do want to do that. It's Super Noah's Ark. I can play the Super Nintendo version, but I also have it on Steam. So I do want to play that sometime.
Oh yeah, it's here, not there.
Original Doom and Doom 2 are on sale for PS4.
Good evening, Dwarf, how are ya?
How much are they on sale for? I mean, normally they're only $5 a piece anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're like half off, I might just buy them. I don't need them, but...
Then you can play Sigil on the console.
That's actually really cool. I love how, like, they've basically made it official. Which is deserving. I mean, it's John Romero.
Yeah.
And it's a good episode.
That's not bad. Die, Nazi scum! Die, die, die!
So, yeah, the fellow that made this, he's got, Deadly actually linked this to me last night. He's got a YouTube channel with videos showing off
Give me your ammo.
all 6 episodes. I don't know if he's planning on releasing a ROM with all 6 episodes or if he's going to avoid it because of copyright issues. But he says he's basically gotten all the episodes working, so... I would assume there's like some full episode version just kind of like floating out there in the underground. And, but we weren't able to find it last night.
Acela!
It's not really a big deal in my opinion, because like we were talking on my 32X stream last night about how like, yeah, you can potentially get all 6 episodes of Wolfenstein 3D on the Sega Genesis, but like, do you need them? In 2020, as we're doing this stream, here, I'll play. Do you really need them? I mean, you can play Wolfenstein 3D at so many other places. This is more like a really cool curiosity of like what could have been, back in the day. And the Super Nintendo got a version of Wolfenstein 3D, and it was okay for the time. I'd say it was okay. Not the greatest in terms of like holding up over time. But, this definitely goes to show like, what could have been way back when. And it's still neat. But would I play this over like the PC version or the 3DO version or the Jaguar version? I wouldn't. No. So, but it's really cool though. So it's so cool to be able to show it off.
But John, you can hack a Genesis Mini and put it on there.
Yes. You can hack a Genesis Mini and then put this on there. It doesn't need to be on there out of the box. You can put it on there yourself. God, I love 2020 technology.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm playing the game now. And, getting my ass handed to me. Which is what happens when I play Wolfenstein 3D on a controller.
It's the strafing. You gotta have the strafing.
Yeah, so you can actually hold down the C button to strafe, B button runs.
Yeah.
And, so there were other options. Did you change the options? You switched it to mesh, I think?
Yeah.
There's a key. So let's go ahead and,
Deadly suggested that.
So, okay, so we're on type 2 mesh. 1H. Fix 2 mesh.
Yes. I think you just said, yeah. Seizure vision!
Jiggling back and forth. This is interesting.
I could make a joke, but I don't know that it's appropriate.
It's if you don't know if it's appropriate, it's probably not appropriate.
No.
Hey, Brandon, welcome back, dude.
This is like Wolfenstein if you had a lot of caffeine and you've got the jitters. And you're just like, ah! Pro tip,
let's go ahead and turn that off.
Yeah.
There we go. It's like right as you said that, my heart or my chest just got really tight. It's like, oh. I need to lay out the caffeine. I've already had a lot today.
Holy palpitations, Batman.
Yeah, so this actually... I don't know. I'm kind of liking the smoothed out one you guys had selected.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks really, Oh man, it's like everything is dithered now. And,
Super dithering.
Super dithering!
Guten
To
Tag.
the rescue!
Executioner!
Normal, no filter. Hey, Executioner, what's going on, man? Yeah, so this is the default one, which doesn't look too much different.
Yeah. This proves that Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Well, you know, both sets of hardware have their advantages and disadvantages. It's what people have to realize. It's very well possible the Super Nintendo could have had a much better version of Wolfenstein 3D as well. You know, but with this guy's been working on this homebrew he worked on this homebrew for like 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, and you put like Super Nintendo Wolfenstein 3D into the right perspective, they worked on it for probably a few months.
Yeah.
And they were on a time crunch. They might have worked on it a little bit longer, but you know, the point is, like, they don't have just forever to...
Right, there's deadlines.
Exactly.
Money's at stake here.
So I don't know what was entirely possible on the Super Nintendo with Wolfenstein 3D.
And odds are they had a team for the SNES one, and this one was just a one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not gonna look at this and be like, oh, it craps all over the Super Nintendo. Like, you know, you gotta look at things a certain way if you want to be level-headed about it. And,
this came decades after the Genesis, so people understood the hardware much better, so, you know, there's that.
yeah, I mean, that's not to downplay the quality of this either.
Iceberg.
This is awesome. Hey, Crestline. And Akella, I didn't say hello.
Kala. Axella.
And Retro Simon, yes, it is the Genesis version. I mean, can't think of really much else that looks more Genesis than this does. So you said this mesh dynamic
Yes.
one? Okay. Yeah, like it's softer, but it's the dithering isn't quite as noticeable.
Yeah.
So I think I definitely prefer this.
It's not quite so jagged on the eyes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to, change the screen size or whatnot. I actually want to turn the digitized sounds off and just see if it affects performance at all. And it doesn't actually at all. It's pretty much the same. Interesting. Okay.
Save that memory.
Definitely want that. Yeah. Because the digitized sounds actually sound really good on here. I'm quite impressed.
So, John, that does make sense because, from what I recall, the Wolfenstein port of the Jaguar version, or the Jaguar port of Wolfenstein, was done in the space of a weekend, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just Carmack and a couple other id people.
Yep.
So they definitely knew their coding and their engines and their systems.
Yeah, and all those guys were used to coding in assembly as well, which I believe is how they worked on Jaguar in particular. So it was really about, you know, for one, they already knew, they were already masters of their craft in that regard. But then it was just about understanding how the architecture, the system hardware itself works.
Yeah, Deadly, we were talking about that a minute ago. This digitized sound is, like, super clear. It doesn't sound artifacted at all.
Yeah, the audio sounds really good in this. Honestly, the music, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the music sounds just like the PC version, actually, come to think of it.
Yeah. It's impressive. Yeah, Game Eagle consoles were definitely much more of their own entities back then, unlike now.
Yes, absolutely. Both the good and the bad thing. I did like how each console did feel unique. And really, that was even a thing all the way up through up until the PS2. I'd say it was even a thing all the way up through the early days of the PS2, Xbox, GameCube generation. Like, you would look at a game and be like, oh, that's clearly PS2. That's clearly Dreamcast.
Yeah.
You know? And then in the Xbox 360, PS3 era, that was kind of just, you know, everything became a little more homogenized in terms of how games looked and sounded and played. You know, you could have two games, you know, side by side on Xbox 360 and PS3, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference of, you know, which one is which.
I could show you a secret that you just missed once you killed those goons. Okay. Go back to the room you started in. Back left corner. Other side. Yep.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, I could definitely use that. I'm not doing too well. I don't even think I've gotten... Did I get... Yeah, I didn't even get a machine gun yet. Down Phoenix, is this one still Genesis? Yes, absolutely Genesis. We're going to be doing the 32X one after. So we're about a half an hour into the stream. I figured I'd probably make this a 2-hour long stream. So we'll do about an hour of the Genesis version, then we'll do an hour of the 32X version. I can say already the 32X version doesn't run as well at this screen size. But it's also done by a different developer. Oh, geez. Here you go, Ronny. And I am pretty sure I have the latest version of it. I could be wrong, but I will say the 32X one naturally looks a lot better. And it does actually, I think, sound a little bit more crisp. But the cool thing about the 32X one by Chili Willy is that it has an auto map in it. You can turn God mode on and stuff like that with just a push of a button. And you can change the screen size on the fly without having to go to a menu or anything like that. Hey, Chris Hendricks.
Greetings. Give me the health.
Yeah, Game Fiend, that was the last big difference in the technology, but as far as like the end result, you know, you'd still get pretty much the same game, same sounds, same looks, same graphics. But yeah, the underlying tech was vastly different for sure.
Although a lot of time with 360 and PS3, the 360 had the better ports.
In the early days,
Because
it was
of
in
the
the
optimization.
yeah. In the later days, it was actually the opposite. The PS3 ended up having better ports, but it took
Once
developers
people-
forever to figure out how to work with the PS3's like unique architecture.
The cell engine was apparently difficult to program for.
Yeah. There's some good videos out there, like Modern Vintage Gamer made a video a couple months ago about, working with the PS3 hardware. So, like, a good example was Castlevania Lords of Shadow. It actually runs smoother on PS3 than it does 360. But had that been in 2007, it would have been the other way around. So...
Nap time, Mr. Sauerkraut.
Hey, Doom Guy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let me scroll up the chat here. I'm not sure about that, Down Phoenix. I used to think that when the PS2 came out, but going back to the PS2's early titles now and then comparing them to, say, Dreamcast titles that were out at the same time, I think the PS2 titles look better and they run better. You know, a lot of Dreamcast games are like 30 FPS tops from that era. You know, not counting like Sega's awesome arcade ports that usually ran at 60.
The multi-plots were usually...
But like PS2 stuff was usually 60 across the board. It was so common to have 60 FPS games on PS2, and they were more visually complex. Like, you know, the quality of the games themselves were a different story altogether. You know, like PS2 launch era games. But as far as like visually and how well they run, how good they look, I think they were definitely a step above Dreamcast at the time. That was really the only other thing you could have compared them to, you know. It was just PS2 and Dreamcast, that was it. I do remember when the PS2 came out, I was not impressed with it, but looking at it now in hindsight, 20 years later, it's like, oh no, the PS2 stuff definitely looks better. Like,
yeah.
Compare Tekken Tag to, you know, anything on Dreamcast at the time. It was definitely a step above. Willie, Fab, I'm doing okay. Thank you very much.
X, to answer your question, the 3DO is dead. They could not fix it. The guy was like, we can have it repaired. I'm like, dude, you're going to have a fun time trying to find those parts. Just give me the refund. He's like, alright, man.
Yeah, it's a shame about that 3DO, man, because the FZ1 is such a nice looking unit. It's, you know, when it comes to 3DO models, that's kind of the iconic model too. I think it's the best looking model by far. It actually still holds up pretty well today.
Yeah. I saw they had one in the back of East Starland.
Oh yeah?
It wasn't for sale or anything. It was over there by a workbench. Like kind of back in the area that used to be for Gamers Exchange.
Oh, it was probably part of like trade-ins or something.
Probably.
Ronny bought an FZ1 from his local game store, and it was not working, so he took it back. They couldn't fix it, and so he just got a refund. And they didn't give you your gold star back either, right?
No, but that's fine.
If Wolfenstein 3D was an arcade game, would you try it? Well, I mean, of course I would try it. It's Wolfenstein 3D. I was using a flash cart, Retro Simon, so no.
That would be a negative.
I would not want to shoot my flash cart, but I was really tempted to throw my console across the room. And I gave myself a pat on the back when I woke up this morning because I did not throw my console across the room.
It was not a PS2 Devil May Cry situation.
Hey, Society, what's going on, man?
Ouch! That's not nice. That's very bad manners.
Yeah, speaking of things I need to buy or pay for, is I need to send my 3DO off to have it recapped. because that's also becoming an issue with 3DO systems.
Oh no. Sorry.
Akela bought a dead TurboGrafx 16. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, for anybody curious, we tried playing Knuckles Chaotix last night on stream. The idea was to beat the whole game. Well, the first half an hour of the stream, my Elgato capture card started acting up, which required me to take the stream offline, reboot my computer, take the card out, and reseat it. And then once we actually got the stream working, the game wasn't treating me very well. It was just being very mean. And then we clipped through a bonus stage floor, which really aggravated me. And then the game just crashed outright. And we lost our save data in the process, and had to start the whole game over from the very beginning. Yes, after 2 hours of playing.
Yes, X, I did trade in my gold star for the FZ1.
Do you think the SVP chip could have made a game like this run better? I mean, I have no idea. I'm not really one to ask. The SVP chip was used for Virtua Racing, which was a polygonal game. I don't know if that was the specific purpose of the chip. I'm not an expert on that. I don't know if it could have even helped in something like this that is...
Ouch, ouch.
Really 2D based. Yeah, so I can't answer that question with any sort of expertise.
They said they did test it, but then when I took it home, it made a horrible grinding sound when I tried to close the tray, and then when I tried to like stabilize the tray, it pulled completely out. So that had definitely sealed the deal as far as me taking it back. I was like, yep, no. But I mean, every other time I've dealt with Dawnstar, they've been awesome. So I mean, it wasn't a huge deal for me.
I mean, as long as you get your money back and whatnot.
Yeah, they didn't. It was no questions asked. They were super nice about it. So you know, I've got nothing bad to say.
And Carlos, welcome back, man.
Carlos.
Yeah, speaking of getting stuff broken from East Starland, I think I've told this story on Twitch, but not YouTube. This story actually really annoys me. I hate to tell it. I bought a Sega CD Model 1 from them, and you know, it was just the console and power supply, nothing special. Well, it doesn't read discs. I take it back to them. They say, "Oh, we can probably fix it." They take a look at it. It's working for them. And so they give it back to me. And sure enough, I take it home, it reads discs for all of 10 minutes, and then it stops reading discs again. So I take it back to them again, and they say, okay, we're gonna take a look at it, and they say, oh, there's, yeah, some caps that need to be replaced, blah, blah, blah. And they say it's gonna take a while, though, to get the parts or whatever, and... it takes them like a month, and then they don't say anything to me, and I reach out to them being like, hey, what's going on with this system? Were you guys able to fix it? And they're like, oh no, we weren't able to fix it, we're just going to give you a refund. And they refunded me without even asking me if I wanted to take the system back. As you guys know, some of you guys probably know, Sega CD Model 1s are really shooting up in price. They're like a couple $100 now just for the base unit. If not more. It's really bad. They've really shot up in price. And they didn't even give me the option to take it back. I would have taken it back and sent it off to a reputable repair shop. That would have been able to make it as good as new. But they didn't even give me the option. They refunded me. I think I only paid like $115 for it. So I was like, I would have been okay with, you know, eating that and then shipping it out for another $115 or whatever and getting it completely fixed. Yeah, it really pissed me off. They didn't give me the option. That was what aggravated me the most, is they didn't even give me the option. They just gave me a refund without even asking. It was very annoying. Yeah, it is a little shady, Retro Simon. It almost came off to me like they realized, oh, you know what? It would be better for us to fix it than just flip it on eBay or something. You know. Starling is usually really good. I like them a lot. But that put a sour taste in my mouth, big time. Sega CD is one of my favorite systems, actually. And so I really, really wanted a Model 1. But at this point in time, it's going to be really hard to justify another Model 1 just because of how prices have gone with them. So yeah, very aggravated about that. I still get... I just thinking about it makes me a little annoyed. What is this better than the official Super Nintendo release? I would say yes. Would you say yes, Ronnie?
I would agree with that, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this runs really well, it plays well enough, it sounds really good. Very faithful to the PC version in terms of sound. I mean, I'd say the music's pretty much identical. I'm guessing the ad-lib and the Genesis used similar sound hardware. There you go. We're getting our asses kicked on this, by the way.
This level is just like, nope, we don't like you.
Which is why it sounds so close to the PC version.
Yeah, I'm amazed with just how close to the PC version it sounds.
Yeah. Hey, Mario, welcome back. So we'll play for about another 15-20 minutes, and then we'll switch over to the 32X version by Chili Willy.
Chili Willy!
Chili Willy has done some really impressive tech demos on the 32X.
This is where you fall down.
Yes, it's we're playing it on an original Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. We're just using a flash card to do it. So yep, it works on original hardware. You can get reproductions of this if you want, or you can get the ROM. You can load it on an EverDrive or flash card, or use it in software emulation. You know, hack a Genesis Mini and put it on that.
Oh yeah.
And what's going on, Desant? How are you doing, man?
How's it going, Desant?
Yeah, people have made reproductions of this already, too. You know, repro guys on the internet are all over this crap like hawks, man. They're like, money.
ROM's up is out. We've got to repro it now.
We're providing a quote-unquote service to the community. Yeah, I see through your veil. But yeah, it is an option for people that want to go that route.
Repro artists, aka dirty opportunists.
Yeah. I prefer just downloading the ROMs, popping them on a flash card, not giving people money for it. It's like,
yeah, I'm broke. I don't have time for all that.
Yeah. No thanks. There you go, Akela. Mega SD. Yep, you can jailbreak your Mega Mega SD is another flash card. Jailbreak your Mega SG by analog
and stuff. Ouch!
And then load the ROM onto that too. There's so many different ways to do it. You have a Model 1 Sega CD, but it needs to be fixed. You should just send it to me, Mario. We'll work up a trade. I'll get it fixed and keep it.
Name your price. 1 human soul.
There you go, Retro Simon. Hell yeah.
Come here, doggy. Ah.
That was weird. I don't know. There must have been dogs on the sides of you.
Must have been. Or is that? Well, there we go.
Yep, Mister's another option, Gary. Yep, for sure, man. A few AliExpress carts at MagFest again this year, and they were probably charging 10 times the cost.
AliExpress, aka Ripoff.
Ripoff Express.
Bankruptcy Express. Frustration Express. Dead Nazi Express.
Frustration Express is playing 2 hours of Knuckles Chaotix and having it crash and then lose your save data.
or playing Zool 2.
I went back and had my revenge on Zool 2. I don't hate it as much as I used to.
I mean,
yes, they were 10 times the cost.
You did give Zool 2 some hammer time, so you know.
I did, yes. They're the $40-ish. Still overpriced. Very much overpriced. Yeah, no, it is. It is Dasan. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Mine Leavin' Express, yes.
Oh, did you have Anonymous build your Mr. Gary? Nice, Dasan. Hell yeah, man.
I think Austin was enjoying the 32X.
Yeah, Kella, that's another reason why I was extra annoyed, because I did spend 3 streams on Twitch practicing it. Yeah, very, very frustrating. Look at that, Elgato has responded to me. I bitched him out yesterday on Twitter. I just got a tweet from Elgato
Stupid
support.
Elgato and your stupid software! Ah!
Yeah, I mean... Sometimes when you check settings of your Elgato in OBS, the Elgato does like this little reset of itself and it just crashes OBS completely. And it's been doing this for years. It's not a new thing, and it's done it with various different Elgato cards.
There's a secret somewhere that I... Where is it? Ah,
and then sometimes when you switch resolutions, the Elgato would just lock up, and it won't recognize a signal until you do a hard reset of your whole computer. Nope, no hummingbird shmup. Hey, John Smith.
We ain't got time for that Calibri.
I mean, play this in VR? No, I don't have any intention on doing that. It would probably make me motion sick.
That sounds like puking waiting to happen.
So I'm one of those where I can't play a first-person shooter in VR with free-range movement. I have to play with teleportation movement. If I do free-range movement, I basically want to puke immediately.
Oof.
Yeah, it makes me very nauseous. So I have to play like kind of like static shooters like Robo Recall or Serious Sam The Last Hope. Stuff like that. I can't play a free-roaming FPS. Yeah. Glad to see that you guys enjoy that variety stream, though. I was glad to show off a lot of those games. They were really fun games. So Gary says, no, I got mine from Mr. Add-ons before you knew Al built them. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, both Aquas and Al have been using those for a little while now, so yeah. Can we actually beat this level? So you got used to smooth turning in VR. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I still haven't been able to get used to it. So yeah, I just stick with games where I'm just stationary or, you know, I'm not moving around freely with an analog stick. That's the thing. There's a disconnect between the realistic viewpoint and my body actually staying still in the real world as I move in the virtual world. Now, if I'm like walking around physically with my own feet, there's no disconnect, and I feel perfect. I feel 100%. Very nice, Ronnie. Hell yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no disconnect, and I feel 100%. But, yeah, free range movement, if I'm moving an analog stick in VR to move, like a normal video game, instant sickness. Can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, John, there's a lot, yeah, some people just get sick immediately, others, they just, you know, they're fine, so, yeah, if you're fine with it, yeah, definitely go for it, but, yeah, see, man, I would love to play Quake in VR, man. Quake's one of my favorite games of all time, so, yeah, this is on the Mega Drive, yep, nothing special going on. The trade-off is that the color palette is much lower, so it doesn't look anywhere near as, you know, colorful as the PC version. And you guys will see exactly what we mean once we play the 32X version, because that one pretty much looks identical to the PC game, with its much higher color palette. That's the biggest trade-off, and then there's the frame rate, but, I mean, a 386 at 20 megahertz probably doesn't run Wolfenstein 3D really much better than this, if any better. So yeah, compared to that, I would definitely say, very little trade-off for sure. Would have been very cool if they ported this. Oh! My Leben! My Leben! This is just one episode right now of Dasan. The guy that made this said that he's gotten all the episodes to work, but he hasn't released the ROM with it, so, and I don't know if he really plans on it. My theory is he's not going to release it publicly, because then he, you know, that could result in copyright issues. Releasing just the shareware version is fine. But releasing the full game, you know, Bethesda might crack down. ZeniMax. Going to try Dramamine or Dramamine to see if it helps with VR sickness. What is that?
It's an anti-nausea medication. People use that a lot when they get on planes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I might have to look into that. Mario, no. It's just like any other homebrew, dude. If they start selling a homebrew card of this, they're not going to do that. Not officially. From what I understand, those repro hawks, vultures, have already reproduced this game a long time ago. So, like, you could probably hop on eBay right now and get yourself a reproduction cartridge.
Yeah, I know back in 2015 they were selling repros of this.
Yeah.
Because my buddy Andy got one.
So, I mean, yeah, but, like, the guy that made this, doing it officially? Hell no. He gets smacked down real quick from Bethesda if he was doing that.
It's like, I just made this cool cease and desist.
Yeah. He'll just let the repro guys do it and take the risk. Hey, Mark!
Mark!
See, look, Mark's got a repro.
How's it going, Mark?
Yeah, just saw it. Absolutely, it is interesting. That's why we wanted to do this. So, thanks once again to Ronny for coming on up and joining up on this stream. Ronny, you know, had no obligation to stream with me on YouTube, but
I'm always down to stream.
We were gonna stream on Twitch anyway, like we always do, but I was like, we haven't done a YouTube thing in a long time, so we should do a YouTube thing. And he was like, all right, I'm cool with that.
And I said, yes, let us do that.
Let us do that.
And so it happened, and it was good. No, the sound effects are almost identical.
Yeah, they're almost identical. The biggest change I noticed was the one when you pick up the chain gun.
It sounds a little dissonant.
Yeah. It sounds very weird, but
The
everything
clip's a
else
little
sounds
weird
really
too,
good.
but-
We are going into the Framemeister, Carlos. Just always assume it's Framemeister, Carlos. Always. I don't use the OSSC unless I absolutely have to. So just always assume Framemeister.
Always bet on Framemeister.
So I don't have to answer your question every single stream. They were awful on Super Nintendo. Halt! Stop! Yeah, I mean, they weren't that great in, you know, even like the Jaguar version.
Achtung!
Yeah.
Achtung!
Over and over and over and over
And then when you kill people, they sound like they got hit in the stomach with a dodgeball. Oh!
Yeah, Mark, it is. It's very good.
The guns weren't that great on the Super Nintendo or Jaguar either. They're still like popcorn poppers. What is this American doing with this popcorn popper? Ow! That is hot! Ow, no, that hurts! Stop it, you crazy American! My Leben! I give up! Stop it! I'm done! I won't kill any more people! I am only going to pet puppies!
There should have been a bonus level where you actually shoot popcorn at puppies and it just used the same sound effects.
Oh, look, it's the cute kitty! I am not going to kill people now! Just pet the cute kitty, leave me alone! I am going to start an industrial band and call it Oomph, yeah! Gott ist ein Popstar, ja!
Popcorn, my one true weakness.
My one true weakness, how did you know? American Schweinhund, stop that!
Not yet, Mark. We're going to do that in probably the next 15 minutes or so.
Art, stop!
The rocket launcher? I mean, the rocket launcher had a point. It would cut through multiple enemies at once. So if you had a long like row of enemies, it would slice and dice through all of them.
It didn't have splash damage though, so it was more like a railgun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more like a railgun for sure.
If only they put popcorn in Hitler's plate instead of a bomb. Oh yeah, play it on PC. EC Wolf. That is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the best way to play the game these days, man. EC Wolf is so nice. I gotta say, that's probably one of the best source ports I've ever used. I'm trying to think. Like, you've never had the game crash on you, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, neither have I. I think it goes all the way up to 4K.
Yeah. It even let me use my Xbox 360 controller.
Yep.
Although you can't set the triggers, it has to be the face buttons, which, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know if it's decent, but there's B-Stone.
Yeah, B-Stone's okay. I've got it on one of my computers. It's alright. Oh.
No!
Castle Totem Cop 4S DL? I have no idea what that is. So no.
Castle Deadhead.
What is that?
It's a Wolfenstein 3D total conversion, I think.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
I played it a long time ago before they converted it to STL.
Okay.
Can't wait for the eventual stream of Beastone. I'm gonna tell you this, I'm more likely to stream it than he is.
No, it's on my list. My list is huge.
That's true.
That's the problem.
My list...
Everyone's got a game that they want me to play, and it's like, dude, that list is like 1,000 games long.
I am not Let's Play Santa Claus.
If I had more time and didn't get burned out so easily, I could be Let's Play Santa Claus, but... yeah.
That, and honestly, Blake Stone would probably be one of the first things I stream just because I like the obscure ones. It's like, hey, you've never heard of this? Well, here you go.
So, what you're saying, Ronnie, is you really love Operation Body Count.
Oh, it's my favorite game ever.
You didn't say that sarcastically enough. Someone's bound to take you seriously.
It's his favorite game ever. Remember to get him that on GOG. I heard another one. Where are you? Don't shoot.
Yeah,
Shot
honestly,
out.
the less people ask about certain games, the better. The more people ask about games, the less likely I am to do them.
So you're
Because
gonna
I feel pressured, and adding pressure to something stupid like playing video games on YouTube is not fun. So
you're gonna stream MTV's Make My Video Marky Mark next, right?
I would actually never stream those games simply due to copyright claim issues.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely get hit with those for sure, and I don't want to deal with that. It would be fun, but that's something I could do on Twitch. I can't do it on YouTube, unfortunately.
Lest we forget just the amount of suffering occurred because of that. Well, just because you said that, now we're gonna wait till you're dead.
Well, that would be a really long time, though, Ronnie, because
Yeah.
I suspect Red's gonna live a long time.
Yeah,
A long,
he's gonna
healthy,
live to be
happy life.
178. We'll be dead before then.
I would not play Ride to Hell, but I've seen Dying Camel on YouTube. On Twitch play it. It was entertaining, to say the least. It was an entertaining stream.
See, Brendan, we love ourselves just a little too much to do that. We haven't given up yet.
I've almost given up after these last couple days of streaming. Knuckles Chaotix. Yeah, we had lots of technical difficulties at the start of the stream too. On this stream, we had to hop off, switch stream servers, and then I messed up the audio the second time, so we had to hop off again. Third time's the charm.
And here we are. It's all about your Leben. What about my Leben? Huh? You ever thought about my Leben? No, because you're so selfish.
I know I am.
You're a masochist. I don't know that you are still sane. I mean, let's talk in comparative terms here. Mike Carlos! Ouch. Ouch.
There's one right next to you. Yes, you know what I was going to do soon? And I don't know if I'm going to do it soon now since we're doing this, but I was going to play through the Super Nintendo version.
Hey.
Maybe with a mouse. I need to see if I have a... I don't think I have a mouse, actually.
I was gonna say, that might make that game a lot more playable.
Yeah.
My car keys! Why are you all trying to kill me? Oh,
you
wait.
want to switch over to another graphics option just before we quit? Maybe go back to like the normal filter. Yeah. So you have a bunch of different graphics options too. But the one that we were playing on makes things more blurry, but it gets rid of a lot of the dithering too, so I think it looks more appealing. So this is the default, you know, video mode or display mode.
Whoa, no.
Wow. You got lucky.
Yeah. Okay, I know there's
hey,
one more.
Sean. Yeah, it does look a lot more rough. But that softened filter actually, according to Deadly Gaming in chat, it actually looks really good on the CRT apparently. Ronny Rambo.
Hey,
Rambo
Nazi,
Webster.
your ass is mine. How the hell do you use the 3 seashells? Oh wait, that's Demolition Man.
I love Demolition Man.
It is so good. Strafe. Good night.
Wait, you found Super Nintendo Doom playable, but Wolfenstein 3D not? I think we're living in two different realities, Carlos. Whoa! Nice! Look at Ronny beating all these levels, and here I am getting us killed. Alright, let me try to play this level, and then we'll switch over to 32X Doom! Not
You
Doom.
gonna get killed, man!
And yeah, we have a little surprise for you too. The Chili Willy port of Wolfenstein 3D. He also ported Spear of Destiny. Granted, it's just like the shareware version of that, so it's only a couple of levels.
I must be extinguished, for I am on fire.
So we are going to show that off too. All these guys must have earplugs in because, you know, they didn't wake up from that gunfire.
Hey Tito, do you hear something? Oh no, I don't think I hear anything. Why are you laying down in a puddle of your own blood? Oh, that is an American. Oh no. What is this craziness? This American is being so rude, going through our stronghold and shooting us? We must write him an angry letter. Yeah.
That quote-unquote wise man, Carlos, was tripping on acid, saw pink elephants, and then got arrested because he tried molesting a dog on the street.
Don't know how wise he really was. An equally crazy friend of mine likes to say that. He also got arrested for being drunk and screaming at Wendy's drive-thru employees. And when the cops arrived, he told them, "Don't tase me, bro." Which, immediately afterwards, he was tased. And I still have his mugshot to this very day.
I wonder if it saves your high scores.
That'd be interesting. Why are you laying in your own blood? Flesh-eating bacteria, yeah? Yeah, I've got the Ebola virus. Even though no one has seen it in years. Yeah.
Hey, Ronny. You want to go grab my FZ1 3DO? It's right there in the corner.
Yes.
Hey guys, we have faces!
FZ1.
Bottom left.
Bottom left. Ah, yes.
So for anyone that was wondering, we were talking about 3DO earlier. This is the version of 3DO that Ronny was trying to buy. Actually, give me the that cloth too, right here.
Ah, yes. Get the dust off. It's a little dusty.
So this is the 3DO FZ1. It's a very nice looking system. Mine's got a scratch right here. But yeah, even today, it's got this like sort of marble finish on the top. It looks really good. This is the front. And
it looks like you could watch movies on it. And you can if you have the JPEG, whatever, the MPEG card for it. Yeah. I shall put it away.
And the other reason it's significant is that it's got a great version of Wolfenstein 3D on it.
Yes. And a horrible version of Doom.
And a horrible version of Doom. Okay, and again, that was the 2018 version. The guy that had worked on that, he'd been working on it since 2013, so there are a bunch of different ROM revisions out there. And this next one I'm playing is by Chili Willy. It's the Sega 32X version. It's also, I don't know if it's the actual latest version of it, but it is a later version because it has music, which the previous version I had doesn't have music. So shoutouts to Deadly Gaming for hooking me up with the latest version with music. So thanks a lot, Gary, for that. And let's go ahead and fire it up.
Yes, PS1 Doom was good.
Yes, PS1 Doom is great. Yeah. I streamed that on Christmas. I came home on Christmas night and streamed through the whole thing.
Nice.
Took me like 6.5 hours.
Didn't you stream 3DO Wolf 3D and get a little annoyed with it?
I did, Dasan. I did, yes. It's still a great version of the game. I got annoyed with every single version of Wolfenstein 3D I've played on my channel. Even the PC version.
Yeah.
Because the PC version's hard as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Tony.
It's like, oh, you weren't looking at the Nazi when he shot you? Dead.
So yeah, this is the Sega 32X version. You'll notice already that it looks cleaner. It's sharper. If you didn't know any better, you would think this was the MS-DOS version of the game.
Except we do know better.
This some of this digitized sound isn't that great, though, I will say. But this is by a totally different developer. This is not by the same guy. But it's even got the read this menu. F10 to exit to DOS.
Where's the F10 button? I ain't seen it on this controller.
Roger Simon goes, PS1 Room is great. I like the Room on PS1 as well. It's a fantastic game. Where's our Patchy? She was on last night's stream. I even time coded it, so. And actually, I just realized that I can adjust this crop a little bit.
Adjust the crop.
There's a little more screen space in the 32X version.
Yes.
No, Mark, it's just episode 1. I mean, they could do all 6 episodes if they wanted, but they're not going to release them because they don't want to get frickin' sued or cease and desist by Bethesda. You guys got to understand that, so quit asking. Stop asking. Order Wolfenstein 3D with your Visa and MasterCard, MT Shark. Do it now. Call 1-800-426-31... Actually, you know what?
Hi, I want to order Wolfenstein 3D.
Good afternoon, this is the answering service for Sona Insurance. How may I help you?
This is an insurance company?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was calling to order... Never mind, I can't fucking do this. I can't. I was gonna say, I'd like to order a copy of Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah, apparently this number takes you to an insurance company now.
Should have just been like, where's my Wolfenstein 3D? I ordered it back in 1992 and still haven't gotten it yet! I want my money back! Adjusted for inflation!
Oh, man. Okay.
And you You better make sure if it does come that it's the 5 1/4 inch, not the 3 1/2 inch. I haven't upgraded drives yet.
That would have been really awesome if it was still like Apogee's number.
Right?
And you could get copies of the game. Fax orders, huh? I wonder if that actually takes you to a fax number. No, that's a 214 number. The other one was 800, right?
Yeah.
That one might actually cost me. BBS phone lines. There we go.
Oh, man.
Oh. America Online. Wow. Wow. Haven't heard that name in a while. They're actually still around, believe it or not.
You may order directly by phone.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go back.
Call the British one. Hello, I'd like to get my copy of Wolfenstein 3D, please. Do you have a copy on the Amiga? What the bloody hell do you mean you don't have it for the Amiga? I want my bloody Wolfenstein. You're a bunch of bollocks.
Okay. 32X Wolfenstein 3D. So, unfortunately, it doesn't run quite as well as the Genesis version. But if I hold down Y and move the D-pad to the left or right, I can shrink it down. And I can move it all the way up, which is not as pleasant on the eyes. The controls are actually different, too. So what I'm going to do is move this down, I don't know, like that. That's about... I think the Genesis one was about this size, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
You don't call Uber
shrink
use
it
an
down
app,
like
Carlos. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Carlos,
it
it's
looks
gonna be
so much nicer. There's really no dithering at all. It's, you know, I think it actually looks pretty much identical to the MS-DOS version.
Yep.
It's really nice. So, but due to the choppier frame rate, it's actually harder to aim. So if you're going to play the game, I think it's best to play it at a smaller screen like this. Your aim is much more accurate. I actually find it doesn't play as well as the Genesis version. It's more twitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Genesis was definitely more smooth.
So I don't know if Chili Willy plans on like working on this more. I haven't seen an update in a while. It would be great if he does, because it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, so cool that if you're going to play a console Wolfenstein 3D, like from a system back in the day, you might as well play this one instead of the Super Nintendo one. Or the Genesis one. Although, I don't know, even though... unless he was able to get this, like, completely perfect, I would still probably choose the Jag and 3D01s over it.
Right.
Yeah, just because, you know, they got their own unique traits that are really good, too. Like, Jag is just, everything's huge. It's completely full screen. There's no status bar or anything. It fills up more screen space than any other version, which is awesome. And then the 3DO1 just plays fast and snappy. It's got a great soundtrack, too. Yeah, some of the sound effects here are completely off as well. Bloody bollocks.
Bloody bollocks! Apparently the story of the Jag flashcard is pretty complicated.
No, it is happening. Ooh, these sound effects. It is definitely happening. So what happened is Saints Retro HQ released it. You know, he basically did pre-orders and he manufactured the first, I think, 200 something. Then he realized that he really did not like dealing with orders, shipping stuff out, dealing with customer service, all that stuff. And so over the last couple of months, or several months actually, he's been trying to organize other entities to handle manufacturing, distribution, all that stuff. And that's where it's at right now. It is going to happen. It's going to be finished, and we're going to be able to Yeah, he's going to go back down the pre-orders list. I was like 377 or something like that. So, when that's going to happen, I don't know. You can follow his Twitter. He's, you know, he's always working on stuff. And he's mentioned the Jag SD occasionally. So hopefully, yeah, he gets to it soon. Because I really, really want to stream Jaguar stuff. And I am not paying modern day Jaguar prices.
Kasumi Ninja, select your fighter.
I am not paying $30 for Kasumi Ninja.
Select your price, not $30. Too much. That bullshit. Oh.
That's fine. It's fine.
I don't like it. No.
Yeah, so you can tell that yeah, you can tell that some of the sound effects in this version are not that great. Some of the sound effects I think are actually definitely cleaner, like the door opening sounds and the secret walls, the push walls. But you know, it definitely still needs work for sure. Alexander asks, did you play Pinball Quest, Star Tropics, Nightshade, Gauntlet, Parodius? I've played Pinball Quest, Star Tropics, and Gauntlet. I have not played Nightshade. I've played Parodius on PS1 and Super Nintendo. Not on my channel. I've just played them personally. That's actually not entirely true. We actually fired up PS1 Parodius on my floating runner stream. I got so aggravated with that game, I went and played other games on the same stream. Parodius was one of them. We closed out with Parodius, I think. Parodius Deluxe Pack on PS1. Ow! Yeah, exactly, Deadly. I noticed that on the first level. Yep.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Hmm.
Not in the Marcos area.
Dude, we can just look up the address, and then, I mean, we're gonna be done in like the next hour.
Okay.
And then we can maybe even just drive up there and order. Cool. And I have a feeling of where it's located, actually. Yeah, I have a feeling.
It says it's 5 miles away, though.
Well, it says it's still in Chantilly, so I almost feel like it's up past Starland. Like, I feel it's down that way.
Let's see.
Don't worry about it, man. We'll look it up after the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, so... I don't know if... Ooh, empty. Only 2 slots. Interesting. Yeah, it's got the back to game option, just like the PC one. So here you go, Ronny. The controls are different. You have to get used to them. It's A is run this time, B is fire, or C. Yeah, C I think is still straight.
Oh god!
Guardian Legend, yeah. Yeah, that's one I've barely played before. I used to own it. I played it just a little bit. I do want to try to finish it. Ooh, there's some graphical glitching right there.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on with that door? Yes, you're leaving.
We're trying to hit up a place called Marco Pizza. Apparently it's a new pizza joint up here. Ronnie has them down in Richmond. I guess it's a chain.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of them before.
I think they were in the Midwest and they've kind of been moving eastward.
Yeah.
Because I just started seeing them 3 years ago. But yeah, it's like all the things. It's like I'm trying to think. All the good things about Papa John's and Domino's put together.
Well, if it's nasty, Vampire, I'll send it to you. I'll mail it to you and it'll be extra nasty when you get it.
Extra nasty, just for you! Run away!
Oh, I actually bought Battle Kid on cartridge a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna try to learn that game. It's really tough. Yeah, I've heard of Micro Mages. I haven't heard of Nebs and Debs though. Used to have a Marker's Pizza where you live. Never got around to trying it. How is this compared to the SNES port? I mean, we're on the 32X one right now. Obviously better. I mean, all you need to do is just use your eyeballs on that one.
Oh no!
I mean, same with the Genesis version. I mean, it's pretty clear what the better version is. I mean, all you guys have to do is just look at it, and that's all it takes. I mean, the Super Nintendo version is just so pixelated and ugly, and it's... I mean, it's perfectly playable. I'm not trying to crap on it. Like, I personally think it was fine for the time, especially given the competition on the system. And what other first-person shooters were on the Super Nintendo at the time? I think it was Spaceball 2000 or something, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of any other FPS in the system. So, I mean, at the time, it was fine.
Sort of Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Oh, man, the frame rate on those FPS sections, holy crap. It's like 2 frames a second.
It's like, this is a fun slideshow.
And that's probably being pretty generous.
It's a slideshow of an angry dinosaur spitting at me. Yay! As those kids with their memes like to say, this MF spittin'.
But yes, the archive will be up Sunday for anyone that wants to check out the Genesis version again. Yeah, there were quite a few games that weren't released in the US. Absolutely. There were also quite a few games that didn't get released elsewhere, too. That's just the nature of the beast.
Or the shadow of the beast.
I like that game.
Yes. It is a good game. You hold stop.
I would like to play Terra Enigma someday.
Your mom's a Nazi. Well, how do you think I became a Nazi, silly American?
Hello, Gameplay and Talk. Your stream has been demonetized. We believe you are a Nazi, and we do not allow that on our platform.
Thank your goofy friend for that. Damn it, Ronny.
Yeah, I heard about the Tiger LCD games. Yeah.
The thing that no one wanted is making a return. Oh,
yeah.
boy. Gamecom 25th Anniversary Edition.
As bad as that sounds, I'd take that over Tiger LCD games.
True. Remember Mortal Kombat Trilogy? On the Gamecom? We don't either.
What was that? It's probably saying my Halo was delivered. Yep. It tells me like hours later. Thanks, eBay. Ooh, BS Zelda. I need to try that too. I do have that. I just haven't tried it yet.
Yes, Zelda's fun. Tiger R-Zone. But see, we don't want to talk too much about that, because Mark Butzler might pop out of the woodwork and be like, the R-Zone, man! Do that stupid gag of his. Classic game room, annoying gamers since 2000.
Oh, Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terra Enigma. Yeah, I need to do Illusion of Gaia on the stream too. It's such a good game.
This map is so difficult to navigate.
Yeah, I always get lost in this map.
I don't know where I'm going. You hold. Arg!
So I see you've gotten used to the gameplay, Ronny?
Yeah. Gotta give it to the Genesis on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Looks a little nicer, but doesn't really animate so well.
Yeah, it looks way nicer. But yeah, because of the frame rate, it doesn't animate as well. And I noticed that when things get busy, it slows down way more too. And then because it's got the auto map. Is that the first time you showed that off? This version has an auto map, which is really cool. So I pressed every key combination on the Genesis version. I couldn't pull up the map, so I don't think it's in there. Yeah, Sean, we just pulled it up. Yeah, right as you said that.
I found the auto map.
You press the mode button to activate that.
I'm trying to find my way through this place. Why did they build this so badly? I'm going to tell Heinrich he was very bad for building it this way.
Can you also ask him why everything's purple?
Why is everything purple? Do you just want this Nazi stronghold to be a grape? Were you thinking about grapes?
Oh, we're gonna be stuck at this level for the whole stream.
No!
Alright, I have an idea. My idea is to start a new game, play through the first level again, and then, yeah. Yeah, in a way, this actually suffers from 3DO Doom syndrome, where you're best off playing it in the smallest screen window possible. Like so.
Postage stamp mode activated.
Actually, I'm wondering right now if we go to controls. Oh, I was gonna see if there were sensitivity options.
It's like, you must be disappointed.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no, no! BJ's legs have broken. You gotta be kidding me, man. So this isn't the most polished one either. Let's go ahead and start again. Reset the controls. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me!
BJ Blazkowicz is crippled!
The controls have broken on us, guys.
Apparently, if you try to go to the controls options, it's like, nope! Wah, wah.
They've tied his laces together.
I have the perfect plan, Hans. We must tie his laces together, and he will not be able to be victorious, yeah. Oh no, he has broken the shoelaces. We are doomed.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest issue with this version isn't so much that like the frame rate's choppier, it's that the sensitivity on your movement is just way too high, especially if you're running. Like, this is one step right here. This is one step. So you have to be really close to the enemies to not overshoot. And if you're running, this is one step. And then even if we... It's still one step. Even if you improve the frame rate. So yeah, there's definitely an issue with the sensitivity.
The chop is real.
The chop is real. Yeah, that's definitely a big problem with this version. Okay, I'm just gonna skip a lot of this stuff. It doesn't even matter. Just want to rush to the end, basically. So we can play a different level. Yeah, as you can see, like, once more things start happening on screen, this version also slows down a lot. Whereas the Genesis version is very consistent. I mean, these could be very well, like, very unfair comparisons. I'm just making the comparisons. Like, I'm just saying, this is what we've got. This is the current state of the game.
Yeah, because for all we know, this could be a very early build.
Yeah, it could be an early build. It could also be, you know, not as much time as we put into it. Also, we got to keep in mind that not only, you know, is, you know, I don't know. I'm wondering if Chili Willy's using really the Genesis at all on this, or if he's using both the 32X and the Genesis in conjunction. I mean, I don't know how you know he was doing this. So this could also be very much more complex than the Genesis version.
Very true.
Having to work with both sets of hardware simultaneously. Which you know, I'm not a developer or programmer. I would just assume that it would be more complex to work with.
Yeah.
So, and make things more difficult. But I don't know. I'm just speculating. So, alright, see you, Glitch Snake. Thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated.
Get out of here!
Not going to Purple Land. We're not going to Grape Land.
We will not be going to the grape level. Quake for the 32X. Very unlikely.
Yeah, never. No Quake for 32X. 32X is very terrible at handling texture mapping in complex environments.
I mean, the Saturn version was pretty gimped.
Yeah, even the Saturn version was gimped. And that is all I will say about Saturn Quake right now, because some of you guys have heard me complain about that game enough over the years. I'm just kind of skipping through a lot of these rooms. I probably should explore. Nope. Nope. Never mind. Screw this area.
This area sucks. I want a refund.
Although, I would love to see a flat, shaded polygon Quake. That would be hilarious. I'd be down for that if it was on 32X.
Iron Quake Soldier! I'm leaving!
What part of the game was that, Dasan? How far into the stream was that? Was it when a spawn just randomly killed me? I don't remember. If there are any secrets, Ronnie, just feel free to point them out.
To your... Yep, back.
In here?
Yep, right. To your right. There you go.
Nice.
Ah, that's much better than the Genesis one.
Yeah, that was
right?
a way better sound effect.
That first little... Yep.
Nice.
Indeed we are.
Grinch, yes. My friend Ronnie came up from Richmond. And, yeah, usually we stream on Twitch for a little bit, but I was like, you know, we haven't done a YouTube thing in a long time, so... Like, Roddy and I doing a YouTube thing together, so... Here we are. So, for anyone that's just jumping in late, this archive is going to be posted on Sunday. Oh my god.
My neighbor!
Alright, Ronnie's playing now. Look, your hand is glitched out red too. Oh, not anymore.
Dagnabbit!
Oh, I got hit by a 4. Really? Okay. Great job with this video. Can you help me with subscribers?
Afraid not.
Report spam or abuse. No, I can't.
You abuse me with your questions that I can't answer.
Alexandra, I've only played a couple ROM hacks. Castlevania Blood Moon is the main one. I don't know if I've done any other ROM hacks, actually. I think I did some Super Mario ROM hacks, actually, on my Super Mario Brothers stream last year. But that's it. Yeah, Liberal Arts Guy, that 4th episode on Saturn Quake was horrendous. It's absolutely terrible. You know, if you play on a really easy mode, that might be one thing, but when you're playing on Nightmare mode, it's terrible. It's horrendous. I will play Zelda Randomizer someday. Definitely. And speaking of Zelda, I really want to try to tackle Link to the Past sometime soon. I haven't beaten that game in over 20 years. Hey, Christopher, welcome back. And for anyone just joining us, I've got my friend Ronny here, playing the game and doing the occasional... well, we have some Germans in the chat. I don't want to say German impersonation. Wolfenstein Nazi impersonation. How about that? Alright, see you, Mark. Take care, dude.
Hasta la vista. Crowd control games. I knew you were looking for me. That's why you're dead.
What I'm going to do is actually link to the thread for the Genesis version of this, for anybody that's curious. Yeah, and he's got links all the way from 2013 or 2014 up to 2018, which is what we played. If you download the Genesis version, you want to download the latest one, 256 by 144. It gives you the more correct aspect ratio. It just looks a lot better too. So, any comments, Ronnie?
Yes. Good night, Nazi.
Any other comments?
I like the Genesis one just a little bit better. Mostly for the controls.
I'm trying to find the Chili Willy thread about Wolfenstein 3D here. I can't find it.
Definitely can't move as precisely as the Genesis version.
Yeah, that's definitely one big improvement on the Genesis one. It definitely plays better, for sure.
I mean,
32X one looks a lot nicer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you blow it up fully, it looks identical to the DOS version.
Yeah.
Which is huge. But, yeah, it's the controls are just not nearly as good. Yeah, treasure-induced slowdown, basically.
Greed-induced lethargy. Lethargy, whatever. Shut up! Shut up, Nazi! Your mama!
Did you really have to go there, man? Did you really have to diss his mama?
Yeah.
That's just so wrong.
So is being a Nazi. I just want to say that I think the 3DO is a really disappointing system. Thank you for that.
Let me jump into some random YouTube stream and just be really negative about something that I don't need to be negative about. But I just need to make myself feel better and make myself look big and tough because I think the system is bad. And I haven't experienced really any of the library, but I'm going to say it's bad anyway and try to look really tough about it and cool and edgy. When everyone in this room is just trying to have a good time.
People were pretty crazy about Wolfenstein, and then Doom just... It was just 10 times what Wolfenstein was, really.
Yeah, no, Wolfenstein was huge on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, Doom just... Yeah, it did everything 10 times better, and so...
It was just so overshadowed by Doom, and...
Yeah.
It was, what, a year and a half later?
Wolfenstein's not, like, I would say, like, gameplay-wise and engine-wise, it's not nearly as complex as Doom. And even though Doom looks archaic, there's actually a lot of, like, subtle depth and nuance to its mechanics.
Yeah.
That's actually very well documented on places like Doom World. Wolfenstein doesn't have a lot of that, it's a lot more basic. And so a lot of people actually, I think, also struggle going back to it. I still love it, though. I think Wolfenstein's still a ton of fun.
Retro Ahoy did really good videos on both.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, once Doom came out and hit, anything on the Wolfenstein engine pretty much was just kind of like relegated to history. People just kind of started to forget about them. Like, Doom just kind of, in the PC world, just completely took that world by storm.
Oh yeah.
And
Ouch.
You know what's funny is that it didn't really take the console world by storm until I think much, much later.
Yeah.
Like Xbox 360 era. Like, yeah, PlayStation Doom sold really well. It had a greatest hits copy, but I don't think it was like Final Fantasy VII, millions of copies, you know. And the Jaguar version, probably only like the Jaguar 32X, Saturn, 3DO. You know, Doom didn't like, you know, set those system sales on fire or anything. I think the Jag version probably sold like 30 or 40,000 copies. I think it's documented on official Atari paperwork you can find from back in the day that's been scanned in. And probably the same with the 32X version. 32X version probably sold better than that. There's, but still. Super Nintendo? I bet you the Super Nintendo version probably did the best out of those. Out of the Saturn, 32X, Jaguar, 3DO. And then PlayStation version was the biggest seller on console. But I think it wasn't until like some of those later ports that people really got to appreciate on a wider scale like how awesome Doom was. And then like, you know, the earlier days of Steam, it was a super cheap early game on Steam. It's like everyone's got it in their Steam library. Hey Andrew, yep, Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake, they're your favorite. Same here.
Fuck you! Crap.
Yeah, me too, Dasan. I loved Super Nintendo Doom. It was my first experience, my first real experience with the game.
Come here.
Like, yeah, it's not one I could recommend today, but it had its purpose, and it introduced me to first-person shooters. Like, it introduced me to having personal access to first-person shooters. Before that, I had only played Wolfenstein 3D on a friend's computer once in a while. And I loved it, but it wasn't something I could just experience every day on my own. But when I had Super Nintendo Doom, I could play it whenever I wanted.
Weirdly, I didn't play PC Wolfenstein first, I played 3DO Wolfenstein first. And I had Doom before I ever had Wolfenstein.
Yeah. That's actually interesting. You kind of went backwards.
Yeah.
And you still appreciated it.
I didn't even know about Spirit of Destiny until I was in high school.
Yeah, that's crazy, Game Fiend. You played it in 2009 and immediately recognized how good of a game it was. Yeah. That's a testament to how well Doom's engine is held up and how just what a tightly knit game it was. Just the feel, all the mechanics, the flow of it, the level design. Hey, no problem, Andrew. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Dasan, Doom just feels really good to play. Exactly. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, Dasan. I mean, obviously, some of it's going to be subjective opinion, but I think it's the FPS that's the easiest for like pretty much anyone to get into. And it's just got, you know, with its endless modding support and community maps and whatnot, It's hard to be beat. It's really hard to beat. The engine's so flexible too. Like you can, you want a mod where you just one-shot kill everything, like it's a Call of Duty game. You can do that, Or you want a mod where enemies are a little more spongy, just traditional Doom-like, where you've got that option too. And it's just so flexible. It's simple, but still convincing with its 3D environments, pseudo 3D environments. And if you see some of those modern maps, like in Sunder or Sunlust,
oh my god,
it's just some amazing architecture done in the engine.
Oh no!
You got hit by that guy on the left again.
Hi guy, I forgot about.
Hey Mike. I would say the PlayStation version. You can keep going, Ronnie. I'd say the PS1 version is the best one from back then. There are things I like more about the Jaguar version. Like, it feels more like it's actually running on the Doom engine, and they use the original PC sound effects. I also like the keypad for switching weapons, but the PS1 version runs a lot smoother. It has, more than twice as many levels. It plays more fast and fluid. It's got in-game audio, whereas the Jaguar version's got no background music at all. So, yeah, no, the Jaguar version, I don't think it's the best from back then. But it's still a great port, though, all things considered. 1994. So... yeah, same here, Dasan. I'm not a huge fan of the Aubrey Hodges soundtrack. But it's better than no soundtrack. And if you don't like it, you can at least turn it off.
You mean you don't prefer the sounds of, like, babies crying and then, like, a nail scraping against something?
But it makes it so moody, atmospheric.
It makes Doom more of a horror game than an action game.
I'm also the kind of player that inches my way around every corner like it's Resident Evil.
I want Silent Hill Doom.
I actually wonder what Wolfenstein 3D would feel like with the Aubrey Hodges Doom soundtrack.
Oh god.
I'm kind of tempted to try that on stream one day.
It's like a weird German short film. This is anguish. I was depressed when I wrote this track.
Alexander, I do not, no. Nor ActRaiser 1, although I do want to do both of them eventually. And in case you're wondering, like, anything I've done, you can just go to my channel page. There's a search box there, and you can just type in any game that you want, and you'll be able to... The search engine is really good, so if I haven't done it, it's not going to pop up. Hey, Red. Take care, dude. Good to see you.
Good night, Red. Have a good sleep, you laddie.
Yeah, I was going to say we need some more Scottish accents.
Right. Don't let the sheep bite you.
We can probably stream for another 15 or 20 minutes, Ronnie, and then I think we could probably call it.
Cool.
You guys have any last minute questions or comments or anything? We're probably going to be wrapping up here in a little bit. Ronnie and I are probably going to go get some pizza.
Pizza.
I'm not sure where. We can try to track down this Marco place, or we just like hit up Papa John's or something.
It said it's 17 minutes away from here. I was like, maybe not.
And then we'll probably go live on Twitch when we come back. and just play whatever. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sorry for the rough beginning, but it was so fun. AGDQ gave the retro community a fresh boost. I don't know about that, honestly. I think it gave the speedrun community a boost, but I don't actually see a lot of overlap with the normal, like the regular retro community and the speedrunner retro community. I don't see a lot of overlap, personally. It definitely gave speedrunning a boost, for sure. But as far as like just being interested in retro games and collecting them and playing them, I don't really know about that. The retro scene's been on a rise for a long time. It's been on the rise for a decade now, at the very least. Since I've been on YouTube, it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. I think YouTube videos themselves are much more responsible for the rise in retro popularity. Games.quick is for sure a small part of it, but I think that had more of an effect on speedrunning as opposed to just retro gaming in general. Hey, Greg. Yeah, so we're on the 32X version of Wolfenstein 3D right now. If you guys want to see the Genesis version, I'm going to post the archive on Sunday. Alright, see you, Sean. Take care, man. Yeah, Lobo Arts Guy. A lot of PC games back then would use the Redbook audio soundtracks. And so, on games that didn't require the original CD to be in the drive, you could use different CDs to play different soundtracks to your games. I used to play Hexen with, and actually the original Quake, with like Metallica and Iron Maiden and Megadeth and stuff like that. That's where I listened to most of those albums, was playing first-person shooters that would use the CD.
I used to play Hexen and listen to black metal.
Nice, that's a good fit.
It's like, cool, he sounds like he's gargling Drano. Oh no!
That's right, they're cheat codes. Ronny just activated them. But hey, we can finally exit this level.
Yay!
Does the cheat code improve the frame rate?
Nope.
No. Darn.
Ouch, that hurt. But not really, because I've got God mode! Do your worst!
I was saying there for a second, like, what are you doing? You're gonna die. Oh, wait, God mode. It's a shame he doesn't have the, Wasn't he supposed to have the God eyes, though?
I don't think they put that in until Spear of Destiny.
Oh, okay. Oh, speaking of which...
Oh, yes.
Dude, I totally forgot. Yeah, we'll just put it over here.
Hey!
Here, I'll let you go through the menu. I'll show you how to do it. So just go down to Spear, press A, there you go.
Loading.
Hi, everybody!
Hi!
Yeah, so I wanted to show this off, actually. It's basically the same thing that we just saw, but it's the shareware version of Spear of Destiny, which was the direct sequel to Wolfenstein 3D. Nope, his eyes aren't glowing.
Okay. I don't know, that's weird. Maybe this is a different version.
Yeah, it's actually really cool to see Spear running on a console, because this was never ported to a console, period. Some levels were in Jaguar Wolfenstein 3D, and I guess
It was just the bosses, I think, in some of the ammo crates and all that.
Yeah.
The Uber Mutant Tron's gross, the Death Knight.
Yep. Yeah, lower arts guy. That's what kept me from playing the master levels for Doom 2 on the original Xbox. That's that one right there. Oh, you already know the secrets.
Yes.
I'm a Wolfenstein master.
I know the Wolfenstein, yeah. You will give me the secrets. There's more over here. I know it. Why are you lying to me? You're saying I don't get it. What? The movement is so ridiculous. It's like
I'm also gonna say we should probably make the screen size larger because people are watching on cell phones.
It's like a postage stamp.
Alright, I'm gonna start a brand new game.
Metal Comedy is streaming Metroid Prime Trilogy. Well, good for him.
Alright, let's bring this up.
Your Yakuza Remastered Collection dynamic theme is ready for download. Cool.
Is that a Steam alert?
PS Network.
Oh, nice. Mortal Kombat! Never mind.
Mortal Kombat!
I'm leaving.
So yeah, Spear of Destiny on the Sega 32X. I wonder if he made a version that has just all the levels in it.
I would think we want to get the frame rate controls like smooth because imagine especially like later levels being super freaking choppy.
I don't think the later levels would be any choppier than these earlier ones because like the actual hallways and things themselves aren't really any different.
True.
In terms of
Especially
like that's what slows things down.
all those weird vines and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know the vines, they're not really used that much past the early parts of the game. There are a couple secret areas that have the vines, but other than that, they're not really featured very frequently.
Hey, Patchouli's back.
Patchouli. Maybe we'll get a patchouli sighting before we end the stream.
She's like, pet me, pet me, pet me.
My favorite GBA game is Golden Sun. Mine is Doom. I'm just kidding. Where is he? It's a good question.
Wolfenstein 3D. It's more like Homebrews.
Honestly, I'd probably say Castlevania Circle of the Moon.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, it's the GBA game I've probably completed the most. Yeah, it's just really fun for me.
Message retracted.
Chili wants to jump up.
You have sharp claws, and they dig into my lap. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
Well, if you scoot back, Ronny, I can let her hop onto me.
Hop onto Austin!
Alright, guys. I think we're going to wrap things up. Do you want to see some patchouli before we end? Let's get some patchouli action going.
View the patchouli. Where's the kitten? She seems a little distracted. She's like, but there's this other person. I don't see him very often.
Patchouli, come here, babe. Come here, girl.
I'm gonna scoot back.
Patchouli, hey you. Come here. Come Come on. Come on up. Hey, you. Come on, Patchouli. Come on, Patchouli. Hey, you. Come on, Patchouli. Hey, Patchouli, come here. Come on. You want to come on up? Do you want to come on up? Come on, Patchouli. Come on, babe. Come on, Patchouli. Sometimes this takes a while. Come on, Patchouli. Come on, babe. Come on, sweetheart. Come on up. I know you want to. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, Patchouli. Patchouli. Patchouli, come on. Come on. You're making my hands hurt. You're taking forever. Come on. Come on. Come on, Patchouli. Come on. Why are you staring at me like that? You're being very uncooperative right now.
She's just like, I don't feel like it. No.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi. Come on up, babe. Come on up, Patchouli. There you go. Alright, let's come on around here. Good girl. There you go. Here she is, guys.
God.
Oh, man. What did you do there? So, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Which has been a most excellent stream. Yes.
Thanks again, Ronnie, for hanging out on the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so again, the archive for this will be up on Sunday. No Let's Play this weekend. I'll have a Let's Play up next weekend. And this will substitute as my Let's Play for this week. So, but yeah, these are really cool ports of the game. You know, if you're like Zaku Gurin and you want to fantasize about what video gaming could have been like back then if things were done differently, well, this is your opportunity to experience that. No, where are you going? This is your opportunity to experience that for real. And, you know, just theorize all day long and all night long about how the video game industry could have been changed and the console wars would have been different had Wolfenstein 3D been ported to the Genesis back in the day. No, the Genesis version is actually really cool. So is the 32X one, but the Genesis version of the two is definitely the better one to try, I think. It was the more playable. It was the more enjoyable overall. For anyone just curious about Wolfenstein 3D in general, there are other ways to play the game. And if you guys are interested in knowing how, just post a comment down below in the comment section, and I can help you out. The best way is the EC Wolf source port for PC, and pretty much any computer can run it. Yeah.
It runs on a potato.
It runs on a potato. And keyboard and mouse, best way to play the game by far. But you can also play Wolfenstein 3D on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. And do you know if it was ever ported to PS3?
Yes.
It was ported to PS3, so you could probably play it on PS3 as well.
Yeah, when Wolfenstein 2009 came out, it was released as a promotional thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so those are great ways to play Wolfenstein 3D as well. I highly recommend those. I've got personal experience with the 360 and backwards compatible Xbox One version, so
Oh, hey.
definitely recommended. So, also, I forgot to give shout outs in the beginning of the stream, but shout out to Ronny Webster, Christopher Margot, Tony Hayden, Degromination, Zaku Gurin, and Jeff Smith for submitting super chats. I very greatly appreciate it, guys. That was really awesome. You guys kind of spoiled me last night through all those technical difficulties. So thanks for donating directly via super chats. Just a reminder that YouTube's rolling out this new thing. If you want to support the channel monetarily, but you don't want to actually give real money, if you have YouTube Premium, you get one free channel membership that you can use per month, and that basically gets you perks for the channels you give that membership to. Like mine, you'll get custom badges by your name, custom emotes in the chat, and yeah, so just like with Twitch and their Amazon Prime subs, you get one free channel membership subscription each month. So for those of you YouTube Premium members out there, make sure you're using those on your favorite channels. It helps the channels out greatly, and it's just a free perk for you. So that doesn't cost you anything extra. So alrighty guys, well that's gonna do it for me. As usual, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm so burnt out from streaming so much these last couple of days, and then dealing with technical difficulties, and yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks again. Any last words, Ronnie?
Thank you. Play more Wolfenstein and bye.
Alrighty, guys. Until the next one, take it easy.